Captain, my captain, we have been stuck on this derelict space station for 2 weeks with minimal amounts of food, water, or any other life-sustaining resource. If you want to eat whatever it is that just crawled out of that vent, that's fine. That's on you. But if you use the word chicken one more time, I swear to God, Captain! Just a second here, buddy. I'm trying to decide which is going to be less painful. Eating that or giving you a valid reason. Just let me think it over. Captain, I am going to go on a nice relaxing walk on the hull of the ship. If and when I return, you will have made your decision. All right, buddy. I guess we'll just start with a no thank you bite. Oh my God, it actually does taste like chicken. He is never gonna believe me.
Captain, buddy. We're buddies, right, buddy? Come on, put it down, buddy. We don't gotta do this.
I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm gonna do it. If they hail us over the Cubs one more time, I'ma hit the button. All right? Okay?
Captain, if you hit that button, I'm gonna drop these. And they're frozen. Yeah. If you hit the ramming speed button on the Dolma, and the resuming crash and explosion, which will definitely jettison us into the vacuum of space, these will be lost. Okay? Think carefully. Let me have the ramming speed button.
I need something to do while we're lost in the vacuum of space. Searching for those will be fun. Captain, no! Worth it!
Hey, buddy. What are these things and why are they all over the ship?
They are a type of boogeyman from the students from the bioengineering classes. What started off as a fun little example to put them into a digital world, creating creatures from scratch, using their knowledge of biochemistry, bioengineering, and just general biology, quickly turned into a fun pastime amongst the students of having their creatures attempt to survive and fight each other in simulated environments. It would seem one of the Cherub crew managed to get their boogeyman into a synthesizer, bringing it to life. However, at the time of the synthesization, it was in fact fertilized and has now produced offspring. Tyson is dealing with the cherub in question, but for cleanup, it looks like it falls to us. Just one shift without weird stuff happening. Is that so much to ask for? And infested? So this whole section is infested with these things. That's it. I'm loading the mini boy. Where's my mini boy round? I have it right here, Captain. Tyson was concerned you might go to drastic measures prematurely and had me confiscate your round. Should things reach the point where I believe it is necessary, I will return your handheld nuclear round. How you humans ever managed to escape your own orbit in a ship is beyond me. Captain, I seem to have another marriage proposal from the second shift captain. Shall I file it with the rest of them? I thought as much. I must admit I am growing quite fond of that human custom. Captain, if it's not too bold of me to ask, why do you reject her proposals at marriage? You are clearly unbothered by another sentient from a different genetic heritage. Many of the humans who see her refer to her as the definition of hot damn. The one Bruno of Mars sang about. A designated baddie, the hottest of hot. I don't understand what the whistle means, but they make that tune in their head very often when she goes by. Why do you reject her advances and attempts at courtship? Well, for one, buddy, her internal body temperature is approximately 300 degrees, and human appendages do not perform well in such harsh environments. And the fact that I think of that is why I'm one of the captains, and the rest of the crew are not.
And while she's a highly incapable, intelligent, and extremely combat effective potential partner, I have my heart set elsewhere. And it is canning, I believe is that the word? Yes, canning. It is canning to attempt to court her or accept her attempts at courting. No worries, Captain. Go ahead and enter your rest period. I understand that your species requires at least a few hours every blah 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 parasecs. We have many hours before any chance that I'll need your help, and I will awaken you if needed. Captain! That is wildly inappropriate. Captain, if I request you stop having these thoughts. That is so vivid. Right, humans dream. I forgot about that. It's an involuntary response. I do not understand. What does it mean something? Why do you envision your mother as a 500-foot tall kaiju beast destroying your Minecraft world? While your father is a statue? Does this have a deeper meaning? Oh, that was a good sleep. Is everything doing okay? Nothing, Captain. We were you were making a movie. How did it end, Captain? I need to know. There was a movie. It was beautiful. It was glorious. Some of the details were off, but how did it happen? How did they escape the kaiju? Escape the... Oh, you could see my dreams. That's unsettling. But, I don't know. It's a dream. That's it. That you get what you get with it. Like, it happens when I'm sleeping, and I don't know. It happens when you're in your rest period. Oh, that's no problem. Captain, my captain, do me a favor. Does this smell like chloroform to you? Perfect. Wait, this is a different dream. How do I go back to the other dream? It's not fair. I finally got him back to sleep. How do I go back to the other dream? Captain, you told me to alert you if the passengers ever began making large purchases of munitions and then leaving the ship. They've completely cleared out the inventory of munitions, and more than 17 ships have left the main ship. I so happened to notice them as my brother made port. I went down to see them, and I noticed that a lot of people were purchasing munitions. Is this a concern for us? Your brother's ship, the one that was attacked by pirates, and one of the pirates took out a human's pet, kicking off the hive mind of unyielding rage? What kind of pet was taken out? This is very important. It was a gizma, I believe is how that's pronounced, Captain. I am unfamiliar with this pet of your human species. Put the ship to red, put everyone into safe cruise, prepare for battle. We are going to be fighting a lot of pirates very soon. The Gizma are not a pet of the human world. They are the only race of aliens to ever conquer humans. It's up for debate. They have endurance issues amongst their people. They can't do prolonged physical activity. They attacked the human world hoping to enslave us. However, things got weird. The Gizma are roughly the size of what humans prefer in a pet. Little bigger than a cat, little smaller than a dog, with large eyes and thick furry coats. The war didn't end so much as we assimilated with each other. As it turns out, they wanted mostly to be carried around and fed, and humans actually have something in our head that makes us want to do that for small furry creatures. We love them, but they're sentient, okay? The pirate took out a gizmo. How could you not mention this? My apologies, Captain. I did not realize that the specific nature of any given pet of the human race was so significant. You have 379 different species registered as pet. Are all of them of this concern? We'll go over the list later. Just get ready for have people in their battle stations. Have everyone in their battle stations. Oh.
We danced on top of cars, took pictures of the stage, so far from where we are. They made me think of you, they made me think of you. Oh, let's go down in the moment we lost and found. I just wanna be by your side. If these wings could fly for the rest of our lives. I'm in a foreign state. My thoughts, they slip away. My words are leaving me. They come an airplane. Because I thought of you, just from the thought of you.
You, psychic, you're coming with me. Gonna put you to work in one of our slaver minor planets. Let's go. All right. Just leave my captain out of it. He's from one of the human races. They don't understand how things work yet. Just leave him out of it, okay? Excuse you, it's not your call whether or not I'm in or out of this. That's my call, and that's my buddy, and you can fuck off. You should have listened to your buddy, human. That's a neural disruptor. Right now, you are feeling the burning agony. At the maximum rate, your synapses will allow it to fire. Oh, that does hurt. But you want to see a magic trick? I don't understand. You should be in great pain. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Humans call that motivation, and I am very motivated right now. By the way, the fact that this thing stays on after I take it off, really bad design. What do you mean, bad design? It's a perfect design. It's a perfect design. You're the problem. Let me show you why. While I am grateful, Captain, I do not understand. You defended me as if I were your own bloodkin. Well, yeah, you're my buddy. It's a human thing. I don't know how to explain it in a way that you're going to understand. But if you really want to make this up to me, did he say they have an entire planet full of just random people they've captured and enslaved to work in mines? Because I think that they're all my buddies, and a lot of humans are going to agree. Those are our buddies. And we would like to have a word with them about that kind of behavior. It is a great honor to be your buddy, my captain. Sir, I understand that you are upset and you find this to be unacceptable behavior, but we are on an enemy ship. We are outnumbered dozens to one. We are unarmed and we are not capable of doing anything about this at the moment. Let's get out of here and come back with reinforcements. You do not understand? Those are human children in cages for experimentation purposes. You will take them out of the cage, you will return them to our ship, and I will handle the rest. I am also no longer unarmed. I do not understand. Human, you are of a lower caste. You are not a fighter. You are a scientist, a man of reason. You are not a combat model. Humans do not have a caste. We have preferences. Before today, I preferred to be a man of peace, of reason, and of logic. And today, I would prefer to be an animal. Okay, human child, I don't think you should have that much glucose or sugars, but whatever you want, human child, whatever you want until the captain calms down. You want tablets, you get tablets. Okay. Wow, whatever you want, man.
Those humans are effing terrifying. Monsters, all of them. What? I said they're all monsters, but there's no conceivable way to fight them. Who are you talking about, the Gylax? I know they look like nightmares, but one plasma shot and they're dead, just any other spec. Oh, the humans. Told you. All monsters. What kind of fucker gets a limb blown clean off and lives? Shit. I hadn't heard that tale before, but I believe it. The only saving grace is that none of them attempt to kill you on sight, unlike some of the other predator species. They're more interested in killing themselves with stupid shit like FTL racing. It's only been around for few of their years, and already 200 of them have died, and it's their 5th most popular sport. Have you ever even thought about what a war with them would be like? They develop these FTL drives for fun. I don't want to know what kind of monstrosities they can cook up when it's their sole focus. And even if they didn't have FTL superiority, it's like they're a species built for war. Us, we come from ambush predators. Most of our battles would last maybe a few minutes, and 90% of the time spent in war was just moving troops around. They've had battles that lasted for months, in wars that lasted for years. And then they went and developed a whole new type of warfare where battles aren't even a thing. Not only are they the best insurgent hunters, but they're also the best insurgents. The little cells throughout the galaxy that think humans are monsters that should be killed at any cost. There's a reason they're all so far from human space. They get any closer and they're wiped off the map. Those shitheads are paranoid, that's for sure. I guess that's what you get when you take a death world and then evolve an apex predator that doesn't have any natural weapons. I'm still amazed how that f***ing worked out. They just chased shit until it dropped from exhaustion and they could just brain it with a rock. What a terrible way to go. And they've used that fucking stamina for millennia now. They can pretty much do anything multiple times longer than anyone. I know people who have lost their jobs because a human comes in and can just brute force the problem by working at it for hours. What kind of fuckhead dedicates their entire existence to a couple of math problems? A human fuckhead. I swear, if those things had never evolved, the galaxy would be a batshit ones walking in right now. Hold on. I've heard about another human endurance thing that isn't quite as terrifying. In fact, it's supposed to be pretty funny. What about a human is funny? You'll see. Hey, human. Yeah, you. Can you come over here? Sure. What's up? I heard that you guys can drink a crazy amount of ethanol, but I'm not sure I believe it. Most species pass out before we get anywhere close to one of your leaders. Why are you guys special? Somehow, I think that it's been exaggerated. I don't believe you can actually ingest more than me. You're on, mate. Hey, barkeep, what's the highest proof you got here? We've got anything up to about 80 proof. Bullshit. Looks like I gotta use my supply. Buddy, you gotta buy me a new bottle after we're done. We? What do you mean? You challenged me to a drinking contest. This here's 180 proof vodka. Here's your shot glass, here's mine. We'll both do shots at the same time, and whoever's left standing wins. You carry 180 proof vodka on you at all times? Fuck. Well, here goes. Clink. Swow. Meh, maybe you guys can drink more than I thought. Thump. Amateur. Well, victory shot for me.
All right, human scum, let me see if I understand this correctly. You refused to surrender when we told you to surrender. We got into an epic space battle with your ship, at which point you most assuredly lost. We took out your long-range communication. We took out your energy shields. We took out your weapon systems. At which point you deployed your landing gears, set your thrusters to maximum, and sent the message catch as you rammed your ship into us. A move that I could almost respect and almost brought both of our ships down low, except for your supply of something called Flexil, am I saying that right? Burst upon impact and managed to seal closed all of the breaches in both of our ships, effectively welding our ships together in a docking maneuver for the ages. So you have most certainly lost. Admit that you have lost, human.
Still haven't lost. You're still gonna lose. We still have 2 people on that ship. Only need 1 of them. And by the way, is that Jacob? Jacob, is that you? I thought I saw you waving. Hey, Captain, yeah, it's me. They mostly just asked me about hot sauce, and considering it's broadcast nationally, I've just been telling them that they didn't have any actual useful questions.
I don't know. They don't believe us that we like hot sauce. They say the pleasure centers in our brain say that we don't like it, so how can we keep eating it if it causes us pain? And I don't know how to explain it to them any better than I already have. By the way, you looked amazing. You had your hands all behind your back, as just 10 toes on business as you were in ramen speed. By the way, out of curiosity, who's still on the ship? Chief engineer and the doc. Yeah, right before we collided, when I realized we were both surviving, I told them Operation Fuck It was the green flag. They could do whatever they want. Something about he only needed celsium, some plutonic quartz, and a bottle of water. I don't know, but I trust him. He's a good guy. He did make me promise to take care of something for him, though, when we got back to, back home. Apparently his kid's getting bullied, and he made me, promise. You know how it is. How dare you human scum talk as if I'm not right here listening to you? As soon as my soldiers finish cutting through the blast door between them and the main engine, it is over, and we win, and you will acknowledge that you have lost. The blast door didn't just open? Hey, can me and Jacob wait in the emergency escape pod? When you think about it, it's just like a free-range prison. It's not like we can get that far. You can always pick us up later, and then you won't have to look at us anymore. How's that sound? Actually, that sounds amazing. Yes. Put all of the humans into the escape pods, and then just have them drifting or whatever. We'll pick them up later. I can't hear them anymore. Oh, and find out how long until they get to through that blast door towards the main reactor for the ship. By the way, Jacob and Captain, I'm only picking you back up if you acknowledge and admit that you lost. You lost, and you have to admit it. Yeah, that sounds fair. Sure, yeah, we'll get right on that. La da 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 da. 1 part celsium, 2 parts plutonic quartz. Add a bottle of water and drop it in the reactor. Oh, hey lads, did you know you got 30 seconds? Yeah, thanks for cutting that blast door down. Yeah, I really would have minimized the explosion and impending doom that's about to come out of this reactor. You know that blast door is faced directly at where your ship is? Yeah, no, it's my fault. I'm the one who smuggled all that Flex Seal on board. If I hadn't done that, we'd have totally had you already. So really, I'm just fixing my own mistake. But I'm not an unkindly man. I left you just enough time to pray to your useless god before you die. Ain't that it? Bye! One absolutely whiskey-fueled epic explosion later, and we didn't have the budget to show all of our heroes returning to Earth, but let's continue. Hey there! You're the kid who was bullying the mechanic of the... Yeah, you're the one who were bullying his kid. His dad was a great man. I made a promise to him, and I am a captain and a man of my word, so I kept that promise. So as soon as I got back to Earth after our epic space battle, I found your mom and your dad. Told them that I was a space marine. That's really all it took to get them to make their own spicy content page named after you. By the way, I also fed all of your futuristic Lunchables to the Roomba. Don't mess with that kid anymore. Man of my word. Thanks, mechanic. Well, that doesn't make any sense at all. What are the humans doing? We've disabled their ship. Why on earth are they doing this? Bring the human captive so we can explain what they're doing. Oh, what do you want now? I'm not explaining spicy food again. We just enjoy capsin. Human, we've engaged in space battle with the human dreadnought class Fubar. We've defeated them. We have taken out their communications. We have taken out their weapons and their shielding systems. And yet, for some reason, instead of surrendering, they've deployed their escape pods and they're lowering their landing gears. It seems like they're charging their engines, but there's nowhere to land. We're in deep space. Tell me, human, what are your human comrades doing? Deployed their landing gears and charging the engines? Did they send a message? Was it catch? I bet you they sent catch. You want to tell them? What? Yes, it was catch. How did you know that they sent that message? Is it a code for something? What does it mean, catch? What are we possibly going to catch? We're in deep space. Why are you laughing? What is so funny? You tell him what they're gonna... Take him back to his cell. This one is as useless as the rest of the humans. They must be surrendering. They're bringing their ship to us so that they can surrender and we can board. I don't understand why they would empty the ship of all non-essential personnel before doing so, but the captain is still on board. I can see him smiling from here. They're going awfully fast for... Wow, they should slow down. If they don't slow down, neither of the ships are gonna survive.
Oh, look at that! I can't see the other captain. Hey!
Did you know many of the memes have actually survived from the 2300 Great War of Humanity versus the Dolma? We will showcase several of them throughout this educational discourse. This being the first meme of this great conflict that kicked off. After humans had invited representatives from the Dolma's homeworld to come visit us, despite their non-stop insults to our people, culture, way of life, and directly to our faces. We really, truly tried to make peace with them, and ultimately failed this so hard that 90% of their population was removed. Many of the memes were based around an ancient show referred to as Dragon Ball 2, which was extremely fitting towards the Dolma's behavior, as they suddenly decided that Earth children were on the menu, as well as corgis and literally all of the pigs. They decided that humanity didn't deserve bacon and we needed to give all of our pigs to them. For some unknown godforsaken reason, the Dolma's response to our upset after the first child was to eat another one and then begin launching into a 6-month-long declaration of war. During the initial waves of the war, skip cutscene memes were the most prevalent form of context, as we were simply not waiting that long to get our get back. In the pre-humanity exposure, the Dolma's culture actually declared all of themselves to be of the highest royalty and gods unto themselves, which led to memes in this format. Oddly enough, at one point, humanity had tried to disengage from the war, to let the Dolma go and figure things out for themselves. Unfortunately, the Dolma immediately tried to go to a schoolyard the second we stopped attacking. At which point, we finally answered their longest standing question of, why are human ships always pointy? May we never forget the captain of Fubar for unlocking what is considered to be one of the most devastating and daring space combat maneuvers, which is to put all of your soldiers into an escape pod and then launch that pod directly into the hull of the enemy ship, thereby bringing it back to a combat ground battle of sorts. Perhaps all of this could have been avoided had the member of the Intergalactic Council that was supposed to oversee the war not decided to sleep in, presuming that we were going to listen to the entire declaration of war of 6 months that the Dolma intended to deal out to us. The Intergalactic Council finally brought the war to an end after 13 years and 90% of the Dolma being removed from the census after the Great Sticks and Stones battle. Humanity having completely removed the Dolma's capacity to wage war in space or even on land in any meaningful way, their entire civilization returned to the Stone Age, still would not admit that they lost or that they were wrong, and challenged humanity to a winner-takes-all final stand battle of the sticks and stones. Humanity got sticks, the Dolma got stones. Of course, they cheated and brought firearms they managed to get somehow, and they still lost. Ah! Unfortunately, however, now humanity is no longer allowed to hold a stick in any kind of communal intergalactic space. I hope this clears up any questions you have about the great Human Dolma War. Captain, my captain, we seem to have a code Q going on. That's correct, Captain. An interdimensional being that only the resident psychic can see? Yes. The psychic says his name is Bobby and that he comes in peace. Something about cotton candy and rainbows and things like that. Alright, initiating lobotomy protocol. Wait. Is Val down there? Yeah, Val is down here as a matter of fact, Captain. He's working on the replicator. Why? What's going on? Come on, Val. I thought we were pal. Okay, here's what I need you to do. Carefully and without making a scene, go to the emergency first aid kit. Inside, you're going to find a 21st century emergency meds dispenser with Val's literal name on it. Do you have it? Yes, Captain. I got it right here. What do you want me to do now? All right, don't let Val see you or give him any kind of warning, but I need you to put a med round in him. Right in his back. It's fine. That's literally what this thing's designed to do. All right, you're the captain.
My leg! Bobby, no! Bobby, come back!
What's happening?
Where did you go, Bobby?
Val has schizophrenia, and it seems he forgot to take his meds again. Send the psychic to therapy or the doctor's quarters, or both. Just send him to all of the mental care units, health-wise, and have him checked out. But he should be fine eventually, and, put a timer on your phone. And, remind Val. All right. Is we good? Are we good? All right. Hey, I was going over the manifest, and you cannot have a human and a Dolma on the same ship. They are incompatible species. Don't make those pheromones at me. I don't care what the Dolma said. The Dolma doesn't have a choice in the matter. The human's going to erase it from existence. Best case scenario. The best case scenario is that the next time that ship makes port, the Dolma's just gone. It's just gone, like it was never there in the first place, and the ship's going to be in lockdown for a year while everyone tries to figure out what the human did with it. There is a human who has been sitting in an intergalactic prison for 20 years because he still won't say what he did to the Dolma. All we know is that the entire quarters for the Dolma were gone. Somehow he jailbroke the teleporter to allow him to move the entire quarters wherever, and he just keeps laughing and saying as soon as he admits he's wrong, he can hit the come home button. Look, every species, of all of the sentient species throughout the universe, everyone has their thing. The one thing that they have that makes them valuable to the community. The Dolma, for example, cannot admit that they are wrong and will never give up on a task once you put them on it. Humans, however, have this thing called a grudge, where if you make them upset enough, they will literally never let it go. It's like a genetic hand down. They will pass this grudge from generation to generation. A few hundred cycles ago, a Dolma killed 2 humans. 90% of the Dolmas were wiped from existence in retaliation. The humans lost their minds. They are still just as upset about it to this day as they were the day it happened, all right? You cannot have them on the same ship. Pick one, replace the other. I don't care which. Oh, I'm surprised you haven't heard. The Dolma like their prey alive and have a tendency to eat anything they think looks interesting. Their mouth is also roughly the size of a human child. Yeah, no, things did not end well. Humans lost it. Completely lost their mind over it. Also, they're non-compatible just because the Dolma can't admit that they're wrong, and this causes some kind of mental anguish to humans that sends them into a complete breakdown.
Bro, if you wanted more humans or space orcs, you could have just said, please. I can make the content. Just say please. Alright, my fellow aliens with psychic powers. As you all know, humans cannot be affected due to psychic attacks or abilities, because their higher mind, which controls the psychic abilities, is immediately shut down by their hind brain, the monkey brain, that goes bananas and gets very angry the moment it senses any kind of psychic activity. This includes psychic activity originating from the human in question, and the only defense mechanism for once you have upset this monkey brain of theirs is to assume the fetal position with your genitals securely covered while holding up a high-calorie sugar snack and screaming, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I won't do it again. But our newest cadet claims that he has found a way around humanity's impervious psychic defense. Come forth and show us. Yes, Professor, as you mentioned, the humans have 2 minds, and because of this, everything in their mind is backwards. Observe as I use the human audience. I believe in myself. I am a good person, worthy of love. It wasn't my fault. And as you can now see from the preferred comments, they're losing their mind because the monkey brain has no capacity to override happiness from the higher mind. And as such, it causes a total system shutdown. They have a complete nervous breakdown over it. The second method I have found to get humans to do as you desire requires no psychic ability whatsoever, just direct eye contact. Issue whatever you want them to do as a challenge, and when they say no, look them in the eyes and go and say, no balls. This is some kind of sleeper activation code within the human brain that will have them fight foreign presidents on the principle of whatever this principle is. More research is required before we understand this phenomenon.
Fly your ship into the nearest star. Did I take my meds today? Fly into the asteroid belt. Not today, Depression. Not today. What? There's a black hole. Go get it. Go get the black hole. Go get the black hole. Do a flip. Get that spaghetti. Nah. God, I gotta stop forgetting to take my meds. Yeah, buddy, that's not gonna work. Humans are, well, they're not actually immune to psychic abilities. We ran them through a DNA evolution simulator, and it turns out that as a species, when they first started developing psychic powers, they were such colossal, unmitigated, unrepentant assholes to each other that they no longer can be affected by it. They develop some kind of weird feedback loop with their own abilities. Yeah, the first thing they did when they got psychic powers wasn't communicate with each other or use it to, like, formulate hunting groups. No, they started making each other, like, go poke beehives or slap a tiger's butt. Yeah, apparently as a species, whenever they, like, mildly inconvenience or hurt another one of them, their own people, they get some kind of serotonin rush of endorphins in their brain. But the escalation was insane, because it went from go poke a beehive to, like, cliff jumping immediately. So yeah, no, now as a species, their entire race is stuck in a feedback loop where they're just constantly being awful to themselves in their own brain. It's so weird. But yeah, you're not getting through that, dude. You're not that guy. It's not gonna happen.